Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, check this out. I was just watching this video and this guy talks about how everything that you desire is on the other side of what you fear. And he goes on to give examples for business, woman, whatever the case may be. Apologies. I'm not retaking this. That's the authenticity we got going on here. And so what he said is that everything you desire is on the other side of what you fear. And then he gave examples for women, for business, for etc. And one of the examples for women was, what if you knew that you're going to find your dream partner who's going to stay with you for the rest of your life, that you were going to build a family with, that would never divorce you, and she was the one you've always been dreaming of. But you're only going to find her after you got rejected 7 times by your next 7 girlfriends. How excited would you be to go into those next few relationships? Well, probably pretty excited if you knew what was on the other side. Imagine business. Imagine if you knew that you were going to be a millionaire and you were going to hit it big and have a huge business, the one you always dreamed of, the one that would set you free, the one that would allow you to do everything that you wanted to do, but only after you failed 3 businesses and on your 4th attempt you finally were going to hit it big. How excited would you be to go out there and make that cold call, to take that sales call, to make that YouTube video, to send that DM? How excited would you be to go out there and start doing? How excited would you be out there to go out there and to build that business? And then to also fail, but knowing that failing is part of the process that's going to accumulate and give you the skills required to then finally on your 4th attempt hitting big. How excited would you be to go out there and do the things that you know you need to do? How excited would you be to go start those businesses? As a matter of fact, if that were the case, would you do something differently than what you're doing now? And if you said yes, then I urge you, let's have a talk and let's fix this. Because here's the thing, that's true. The only difference between everything I've just said and your life is that you just aren't sure. You don't believe that it will work, and therefore you assume that it's going to be hard forever. You assume right now you're not a millionaire, and so you assume that you will never be a millionaire. Even though like you part of your brain thinks it and wants to be, you want to be a millionaire, you want to find the girl of your dreams, you want to do this, this, and this, and this, but you don't truly believe it, and therefore you don't go for it. You see, you don't really believe, because if you did, you'd go after it, right? And so you don't believe, that's the problem. And that's fine. We're going to talk through it together, okay? But I want you to understand this, is that nothing lasts forever. The feeling you're going through right now, the pain, the despair, the hurt that you're going through, that you're feeling right now, it doesn't last forever. No, it doesn't. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Literally nothing lasts forever. Everything comes and goes in its own time period. Everything comes and goes. And so it's weird because we know that when it rains, we don't sit there and get all depressed. Some of us do, but most people don't get depressed and go, oh my goodness, it's raining. What do I do? Like, no, oh my goodness, like it's going to rain for the rest of my life. I can never go back outside again. Like, oh my goodness, no, what's going to happen to my lawn? Like, no, we know that it's going to come and go. And eventually the rain will subside and the sun will shine, right? So how come for some reason in business, we know that things come and go, but when stuff gets hard, we quit? And the only reason you would quit is if you don't think it's going to get better. Because if you knew it was going to get better, and the thing you wanted was on the other side of it getting better, aka the thing you wanted was on the other side of the storm, you would wait it out. Imagine if you wanted the rainbow, and you were in the storm, and you wanted the rainbow. You know rainbows come after storms, right? The sun shines, the rainbows show after the storm. You would then wait, and you would understand that, hey, maybe right now it's tough, but that's fine because nothing lasts forever. And maybe the storm lasts 10 minutes, maybe 10 days. We don't know. But the point is, eventually, something else will take its place. If you quit, however, it'll last forever. And so, like, I was just sitting on my phone watching this video, and for some reason, it resonated with me so much. I literally jumped up here, pressed record on my computer to share this with you. And then you saw even my music started playing because I was listening to music before. And I think like this for me even hit home. And it's that if we knew, let me suppose another question here. Most of us want to become millionaires because that's just for some reason the terminology a lot of people bring up when we're younger. So we all like, oh, I want to be a millionaire, whatever the case is, right? If I told you that you were guaranteed to become a millionaire, but you were going to work for free for me for the next 3 years, and you would earn $0 for the next 3 years, and you would be making hundreds of cold calls a day, you'd be doing gruesome, dirty work, but after 3 years I would hand you a check for $1 million, would you do it? Would you? I would argue most of you would say yes. Yet, you wouldn't do that same level of work, not even close, not even a fraction of that work for yourself when you could even make more. So why is that? Well, it's belief. You don't believe because if you did, you'd do it. If you did, you'd do it. That's why a lot of people give up, is they don't believe it's going to work anymore. It's why a lot of people don't make it, is they don't fully believe. And here's the thing I want to make very clear. You can't just half believe. Right? You can't kind of believe. No. That's not how it works. You don't just, I think I'm going to, no. You don't kind of believe. You don't 50% believe. No. It's either you're all in or you're all out. It's not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's either you're fucking jumping, dive bombing into the pool, or you're not going in at all. You don't get to test the waters. That's not how it works with belief in business. It's not, I kind of believe. No. It's you have to fully believe or you don't at all. That's it. But most of us are in this in-between. Right? This lukewarm, mediocre, we're in between. You're neither nor. You believe enough to kind of do something, but you don't believe enough to fully commit. You don't believe enough to give your being to it. Right? You don't believe enough. Here's the problem. The problem is, what happens is you are exactly where you are. Your life right now is an exact representation of what it's like to half believe. That's why you clicked on this video. Your life is a direct representation of what it's like to half believe in something. All the people you see around you, all the people you see on the internet, all the people that you admire that have made it, they don't half believe. You think Ronaldo half believed? You think LeBron half believed? Do you think Sidney Crosby half believed, kind of believed he was an okay? No. You think Kobe half believed? No. They were incredibly egotistical when it came to how much they believe in themselves. They believe in themselves so much so that people called them crazy. That's how much they believed in themselves. But here's the thing. You have to have that belief. You have to have this fuel, this incredible fire inside you that you're going to make it work. And you see, most people don't have it, and that's why they don't make it. Most don't have it. Most don't have what it takes. Most don't have the belief required. But the few that do, the few that have that belief and that certainty, right? And that absolute certainty that they know they will make it work. They don't know when or how, but they know they will make it work. Okay? They don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen or anything of that nature. They just know that they will find a way to make it work. When you have that sort of belief, my friend, let me tell you, life gets good. Okay? Maybe you're someone who believes in manifestation. Maybe you're not. I don't know. Okay? But the point is, if you don't believe, it's never going to happen. Right? The first step to making money online is to believe it can happen. And here's the thing I want to make clear. Take a sip of water. Believing doesn't mean you kind of believe. It doesn't mean, I think I can do it. No. In this case, in this context that we're talking about, when I say when you believe, I mean that you have not a single doubt, not a single ounce, not a single millimeter, not a single molecule of doubt inside your body, inside your being that doesn't think it's going to work. You have so much belief that no one could convince you otherwise. You have so much belief that you will do whatever it takes because you know that if you just do the thing, it will work. Everything that we want is on the other side of the thing we fear. Everything. Anything you want is on the other side of the thing we fear. You want that girl of your dreams, you're scared of rejection. But once again, we got to flip the script. What if I told you that you would find the girl of your dreams? It would just take you 7 times to get rejected by 7 different women, 7 different girlfriends. And if you knew that, how excited would you be? I'd be pretty excited if you told me right now, Stefan, the girl that you could only ever dream of having, right? The girls that you see in the movies, right? Those kind of people. That kind of girl, the girl that you're looking for, you'll find her. but you'll find her after your next 5 girlfriends. How shy would you be to ask that next girl out? Or how shy would you be to send that DM? Or how shy would you go up to and compliment a girl in public? Tell me. Maybe you might still be a little shy, but would you do it? I would. Because what's the worst that happens? They say no? Well, a no just gets me closer to my dream girl. Right? Like, if they say no, I'm just getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to my dream girl. Closer. Wouldn't that be exciting? If every time you cold called, every time you picked up the phone, you got a no, but that no just brings you closer to another yes, how excited would you be? And here's the thing. You might get 1,000 no's before you get a yes. But once again, nothing lasts forever. Literally. And so if you can just keep going and not give up, you will make it. And you will make it through the storm. I was talking to Hermosi last week, and one of the things he said on the call was that business isn't about being the best, nor is business even about winning. Business is simply about being the last man standing. Because if you are the last man standing, well, then you win. Because everybody else has no option but to buy from you. And you see, most people give up along the journey. And so if you can just stay standing and just hold your ground and keep moving forward day in and day out, regardless of how you feel, that's how you win the game of business, by just being the last guy standing. And tell you what, it's pretty easy to do because most people give up. And so the only thing you have to do is just not give up. Simple, not easy. Easier said than done, right? Because you go through these tough times and you just instantly look for other things that might bring you some joy, some instant gratification. But remember, good things come to those who wait. That's easy for us to sit here and say this, but I have to say this to myself every single day. I, much like you, am scared. I, much like you, live in a life filled with chaos where I feel like shit is just happening 24/7. Heck, one of my buddies, I text him almost every other day telling him I'm going to switch a new business model. Now, I don't, but I have these thoughts daily, right? You feel like your business is crumbling, nothing is going well, and then you make a sale and you feel like you're on top of the world. 4 hours later, you don't know how to deliver and you feel like you're back on the bottom of the world again. And then the next day, a client sends you a testimonial with a good result and you feel like you're on top of the world and you're going to become a billionaire. And then the day after, you don't close a deal and you feel like you're going to go broke. You see, these are normal things that happen to all of us. And I go through these emotions 24/7 just like you do. You see, when I was making $0, I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. When I made my first $10,000 or even $1,000, I still had no clue what the fuck I was doing. And my life was like this. When I made my first $10,000, I still was like this. When I made my first $100,000, still like this. I still had no clue what the fuck I was doing. And I still don't. Even Iman Gaji made a video about this a couple weeks ago, talking about how like we go through these periods of we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And it happens more often than not. And here's the thing, that feeling never goes away. You just get better at recognizing it and learning to accept it and deal with it. Everything you want is on the other side of the thing you fear most. Whether that's public speaking or rejection, right? Or getting told no, which is rejection, right? Or being embarrassed, or losing a friend. Whatever the case is, the thing that you want most is on the other side of the thing that you fear most. And so if you can just grasp that and understand that and just do the thing you know you need to do, regardless of the outputs, right? The guy who can do the thing he knows he needs to do, regardless of looking at the outputs, is the one who wins in the end, right? The athlete, the track runner who can just get up every single day, regardless of how he feels, and just get his workouts in and eat his meals and get his sleep dialed. On a long enough time horizon, he's the one that wins. And even if right now the outputs may not show for that, eventually they will. Time heals, right? And once again, good things come to those who wait. And it's so much easier said than done, and we can say that so easily, and the second something bad happens, we forget about that. But good things do come to those who wait. And I'd argue that the longer you can wait, the better the thing will be. So metaphorically in business, the longer you can do the thing you know you need to do without switching or convincing yourself you're smarter than you are, the bigger the reward will be in the end. The longer you can switch to one business model and one acquisition channel and one niche and one offer, right? And just dial it in every single day. Just put the reps in. The longer you can do it, the bigger the reward will be. Some of the biggest companies in the world are the companies that have not been around the longest. But I would argue that's part of the game, right? Walmart's been around for centuries, I think. I don't know. Decades at least, right? They just done the boring thing every single day. It's that simple. Simple, just not easy. Something that we, myself included, are just so caught up in all the time, because all we see is the highlights of everybody else's life, and this is the downfall of social media. Is we just see the tip of the iceberg of everyone else's life, and it just so happens to be people only share the good thing, not the bad thing. And then we see that and we think, why are we not there? And we think that we're doing something wrong because we aren't in that person's position. But in reality, that's not true. And more often than not, when we look at those people, we want the prize. We don't want to pay the price. Right? We want what they have, but without doing what they did. But that's unrealistic, and that's not how the world works. And oftentimes, if you see what goes into getting this thing, you'll see why they got it, and you'll see why you don't have it. It's because you haven't done the work. Where a lot of people would want to be Messi. A lot of people would want to be Elon Musk. A lot of people want to be Zuckerberg. A lot of people want to be Hermosi. But nobody wants to go broke multiple times, sleep in a gym for months on end, and get 4 hours of sleep, or sleep in the office and sleep on a tiny little couch, and borrow money from other people, and work 18 hours a day, getting faced with rejection 17 of those 18 hours per day. You see what I mean? Everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. That's the problem. So if you can just learn to pay the price, the prize will come. And instead of looking at other people and being jealous, just ask yourself, how much work went into that? Better yet, ask them and figure it out. Instead of looking at Hermosi and going, man, I wish I had $100 million and could do what I want. Look at what he did. Look at his first few clients in personal training and online personal training was him working for free for 12 weeks, right? If you look at some of the gyms he started, right, some of them weren't profitable right away. He lost a lot of money, right? One time he spent his last $5,000 on this advertising webinar or workshop. He had $0 in his business account, zero. A lot of people would never dare go to that. That's why they don't get what he got. Right? If you want what most don't have, you got to do what most won't do. Right? So if you want what most people do not have, you got to do what most people won't do. Simple as that. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to do the thing I know I need to do. Without trying to convince myself I'm smarter than I are, and focus without convincing myself that I'm smarter than I actually am. And without focusing on the outputs, I'm just going to focus on the inputs. Because I know if I do the inputs on a long enough time horizon, good things come to those who wait, and I will succeed. It's just a matter of doing the work every single day. If you go to the gym today, your bicep doesn't grow. If you go to the gym tomorrow and the day after, your bicep still hasn't grown. On a week, no, month, maybe you can see a little progress. Over 10 years, you do. The problem is most people can't stick with it for 10 years because they give up after a day or two when they see their bicep hasn't grown from this to this. Remind yourself of that.